I believe that ZBCN could hypothetically be huge during this bull run. Now, even though that's not financial advice, some people may be thinking, okay, is the reason why you think so because you could very well see it going to the price of 10 cents during this bull run? That's not the only reason. Another reason is because I believe that the Zebec Network is focused on such an amazing emerging market, and it's not something that really people often talk about. But I'm going to talk about it because oftentimes people think about Zebec as just being a carbon copy of Ripple, aka XRP, and Stellar, aka XLM. But I think there's more to that because it's even been stated that when it comes to Zebec, it's focused on something called AI-based PayFi. Now, we have to break this down, right? Okay, what is PayFi? It stands for payment finance. Now, why is this massive? It's because not only is the payments market currently valued at over $2 trillion, but again, we take a look at this deeper. This is AI-based PayFi. So it just takes things to a whole nother level, really. Take a look at AI, the potential of it, at least theoretically. According to Grandview Research, the AI market is predicted to reach nearly $2 trillion by 2030. Now, some people would argue that's a conservative estimate, but even besides that, let's say we assume that is the case. Take a look at the GDP of Brazil, a very amazing country back in 2024. The GDP was around $2 trillion. So really, when you think about that, the AI market could be massive, at least moving forward. Now, not to mention, some people may think that, oh yeah, AI is done because take a look at the projects. As of right now, they're focused on AI. They're kind of not doing the best. And I get it. They're not doing that good along with a bunch of other altcoins and also Bitcoin, really. If you think about it, it's having a pretty big pullback. But I still think better days are ahead. And once the market picks up again, once we take a look at these projects like XRP and XLM gain that attention again in a very massive way, naturally, some of it is going to trickle down to Zebec because Zebec is kind of like that, but it has more layers to it. Again, we take a look at AI-based PayFi. Not to mention, we take a look at the growing community when it comes to ZBCN. I think all this stuff is really going to matter, and I think that really this could be hypothetically huge during this war. And keep in mind as well, 10 cents is around a 92x from here. I mean, let's just let that sink in for a bit. 92x, that's over 90x. Now, this may sound a little bit crazy, but if you think about it, if ZBCN were to go to the price of 10 cents, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $7.5 billion. We take a look at XRP, market cap is well beyond $100 billion, even currently. We're not even in a fully fledged bull run yet. Now, people may be thinking, oh yeah, so what though? XRP is only going to be the one that thrives in XLM as well. Well, here's the thing. Naturally, there's going to be people who want to gravitate to other projects within this sector. I'm talking about, payments, global trade and finance, again, this sector, right? That are not only just XRP and XLM. Not every single individual is going to want to gravitate towards a project that they would, in some cases, consider a dinosaur with over a $100 billion market cap, which XRP is, many people would say as of right now. So not everyone wants to get into a dinosaur, in this case, I would say. Sometimes they want to look for something else, and ZBCN, could it be that? Personally, for me, yeah. Even though I can't speak on anyone's behalf, I am bullish on this because if I like the future of XRP and XLM, which I do, I love something that is basically a miniature version of that. That's the way to take a look at it. Now, we have to take a look at, again, Zebec. It's even been stated that it's a decentralized infrastructure network for real-world value flows. Now, one of the main focuses of Zebec is something called RWA payments. RWA stands for real-world asset. And for instance, a RWA token, a real-world asset token, is a digital representation of a physical asset on the blockchain, which could be, let's say, real estate, art, financial instruments like stocks and bonds. So it's very amazing. When you take a look at Zebec, again, it has more layers, in my opinion, when compared to something like Ripple and Stellar. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to defeat them, which I don't think it will ever do that. But then at least I know that this is a very good project, at least personally for me in terms of fundamentals. Now, who shares the same sentiment? I would arguably say it's investors, right? Because why would someone invest in something that they think is bad? Now, in this case, let me give two examples of Zebec's alleged investors. Now, what is the first one? It is something called Solana Ventures. I mean, we all know Solana, right? So that's massive. Now, the second one is something called Circle. Now, some people may be thinking, what do you mean? Is like drawing a circle? What is that? Now, Circle is actually a lot different than that. Circle is the creator, in this case, of USDC, the stablecoin. And yeah, you heard that right again, USDC. Pretty much the competitor to USDT, right? So the way I view it is that when it comes to something like them investing in a project, they're not going to do it if it's bad. they're in this space. They know what project is good. They know what's bad. They're not this sort of entity that is not really focused on cryptos and then they just randomly invested in Zebec. That wasn't the case here. Circle, again, creator of USDC, the stablecoin, they know what they're doing, especially when it comes to this space. Take a look at Solana Ventures. I mean, come on, Solana. When we take a look at it, just Solana at its core, it's one of the best performing layer 1 blockchains of all time. Many people would argue, which, you take a look at Sol, it's done very well. So the way you take a look at it is that this does give Zebec a lot of validity. Now, does it mean that this validity is going to guarantee its success? No, but at least these projects that are in the space, they know what projects are good, and yet they believe in this. That says something, in my opinion. Now, again, could they be wrong? Maybe, but I'm just saying, it says something, at least personally for me. Now, not to mention, Zebec, it's even partners with JP Morgan, Bank of America, Visa, MasterCard, and many others. I mean, come on. Do you think those large enterprises, those large entities, are they going to want to partner with something that they consider that is bad? No, because they don't do stuff out on a whim. They have a team. They have a team, again, that does their due diligence. They actually take into consideration things properly before they do something. So if they are able to partner with a project, keep in mind, ZBCN is not this multi-billion-dollar market cap cryptocurrency that is already kind of expected to have good partnerships, especially when it comes to the Zebec Network. That's not really the case here. ZBCN is, relatively speaking, a very small project in the grand scheme of things. It's not that dynamic yet, at least. But imagine it's able to do this right now. This is almost a little bit unheard of when it comes to projects that are within this caliber or within this size. We rarely see that, right? So the way you take a look at it is that when it comes to ZBCN, it really speaks to me because I feel like it's focused on such an amazing market. Again, pretty much the same markets as Ripple and Stellar, but then it's not that big yet in terms of market cap. And at the same time, partnerships and investors are A+. Need I say more, at least personally for me? Now, not to mention, Zebec currently has allegedly around 50,000 users. There's over 200 payroll enterprise clients, and its payroll volume is around $1 billion not too long ago. At least it's been noted. So when I take a look at a project like this, it's a no-brainer. And historically, again, as a worst-case scenario, usually altcoins peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. And the last Bitcoin halving event happened in April of last year. So again, 18 months from then would actually mean around October this year. I'm going to pay attention to near the end of this year. Now, it's not a guarantee. This is based off the past. There's no telling if the future is going to be the same, but I'm still going to pay attention to it nonetheless, especially with over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, which is more than ever before in history. I'll pay attention to this, and now people are no longer scared about the stuff that went down with Ripple and as well as the SEC. People don't really care about that, it seems like. So moving forward, I think when this board does really progress, as Bitcoin goes back to $100,000, let's say it goes to 150,000, 200,000, maybe even beyond, ZBCN at the price of 10 cents, I really don't see why not. I think better days are ahead, and I'm not going to give up. I think it's a very wonderful project, at least personally for me. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. Greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.